Hey, yo. Yep, no, that's good. And we are go for links. Doom, 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 doom. Put this in the Discord so people know where we're at. Let's go. Add everyone. Yeah. Greg, that's the music to motion. What's up, bro? Many errors. When you change your name? Purifier. What's up, bro? I never did input my. I got the wrong template up. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, long name can definitely be a killer. Let me get right here though. What's up, Ant? Go to SSLN. And see now. What's going on with my sound? Appreciate you, Steve. Got nothing coming out my speakers. Oh, I see what's going on. Got some technology happening. Stand by. There it is. Boom. So, apologies to folks like Steve who been hanging out for a minuto. Um, but I notice, I notice I go through cycles where, we'll get some new people hanging out, and somebody like that's what's like I like all the like a lot of my comments lately have been from just like new people hanging out. Somebody asked, "How do you get your 808s to bang properly in Studio One?" And like coming from FL Studio, that seems to be like like the main question is how do I get my 808 to sound right? So I'll make a beat with TIC stuff. Um, he just dropped Visions of Nightmare today over at the illustrious CMP Kits, and it's a dope pack for producers and sample makers. Whether you're doing the beats or doing the samples, because of the perk loops, right? This shit goes. These are these are dark samples, perfect for like you pitch it up, you make a drill beat or something. Um, and when it comes to like when I know that like when I know that like going into something, I'll be using an 808. Like getting your 808 to smack in any DAW, it's it comes down to a couple things, right? First, it's the 808 that you're using. I mean, if you have trouble getting your 808 to smack, you shouldn't be using more than three 808s, right? You should either be using the Zay 808, the Spins 808. There's no point in using anything else other than those. Um, it's gonna you're gonna the reason why isn't because you like shouldn't be original or because you should copy everybody else. It's just that when you have a reference of all these songs that have come out and they all use the same 808 and you can use the same sound too, it'll make you better at mixing and everything because your ear is already tuned to hearing it and hearing the voice be at a certain level, so you're going to be able to match it a lot better. um and then there's the Agna 808, which is my favorite 808 from Sound Oracle, which that shit just always sounds good. But I wouldn't use any other than that. Like if you're having trouble, because once you could figure out, because the spins and the Zay are totally different, and like the Zay has the transient in it, you can use it without a kick, and the spins is like more of a round thing that you're gonna wind up processing a little bit more, and it's a little bit more forgiving with the processing, right? Um, both of those you could find in Industry Slap. Um, but yeah, they're still used in pretty much every song that you like to this day. You know. Um, so that would be the first thing. The second thing, like if you're in Studio One, you just wanna master the same way that you would in FL, right? So in FL, you would use the soft clipper. So you use a soft clipper, right? Um the thing about FL is it has more. I think it like pure volume wise, it might have more stock plugins than any other DAW, just based on like the number of them, right? So I use I use this. That's right. That's right, Eternal. This what's up, bro. I use this. I use standard clip, and then I just set it to the soft clip pro setting, and this is what I use to clip my mix. So if you have one of the two like industry standard 808s, like, and you have a clipper, like that's 99% of the way there, right? The other 1% is the key of the track that you're using. So like for example, I like this sample out of TIC's pack. So I'm gonna work with this sample, right? And one of the reasons why I went straight to it, Music to Motion says, have you tried Sublab? And if so, what's your opinion of it? Why do you choose the particular ones that you're mentioning? Music to Motion. So the reason the okay, so the reason why I'm using those 808s, and the reason why I put them in my industry slap pack that you could find on CMP kits, um, is I I have a site, right? It's called producercourses.com. If you go to producercourses.com, the way that it works, because I don't do requests on YouTube, is you pay your membership, you hop into Discord, or you don't even have to hop into Discord. You can, you can do this anywhere, but you hop into Discord, and what we do, oh no, you don't want to do that. What we do is you send me a request, no matter what it is, unless it's a Tyler the Creator beat. I will not do your Tyler the Creator beat requests. but anything else other than Tyler the Creator, you give me a request, and I will show you how to make that type of beat. Or what a lot of people don't take advantage of, which I wish someone would send me, is like, if you have a mix that's kicking your ass, you could send me the stems to your mix, and I show you how to mix it. You know what I mean? Um, Shane, I'm gonna do your old ass Ti beat too, bro. I've been busy, man. Relax. But so the point is, I've been having this site for 4 years, and in the course of in the course of 4 years of every Sunday remaking one or two beats, I I have noticed 4 years of a trend, and it is every song that my subscriber base is trying to figure out on producer courses, where they're like, man, I like it is it like, you know it's funny sometimes, because it'll be like, yo, CMP, I really want to know what's going on with this song, especially the 808. What is the magic that they're doing with the 808? And the magic that they're doing with the 808 is Spins 808. Like 95% of the time. And then the other 5%, it's Zay 808. Super clipped. You know what I mean? Super duper clipped. So that's why, like nobody, like there isn't like an Illuminati council in the industry that have said these are the two 808s that we are going to use, and we are going to only use these. It's not a standard like that. I'm just saying that if you remake enough beats, you are going to bump into those particular 808s a lot. A lot. Thanks, Rory. I appreciate you. Ah. Might be fun to try getting you to review or give feedback on one of mine. On one of what? Your 808s? I'm going to tell you like this, man. I have been using the same exact, this is the 808 that I use, right? I'll show you the 808 that I use. So this is Spins. This is A, right? And then here's the 808 that I use. And dude, I've been using this 808 since like 2015. And I like this 808 because it's like a combination of all the GOAT 808s. It's got like a long tail, like the Lex 808. It's super distorted like the Zay. It's got the transient in there. You could shape it. You could use the ADSR and shape it to whatever you want, right? But today Today we go to the sound that everybody wants. What's up, John? All right, so check it out. The next thing is your key, right? So when I look at a sample pack, and especially when I make a sample pack, like when I make samples, I pretty much, especially since like I make samples for me to make beats, and then y'all get them as a bonus. But when I make samples, I compose from B, from like B to D. I don't go any higher than that. And I do that intentionally because especially now, like that two semitone down halftime, like it's a new decade. That shit's out. If you look at like the newer music that's coming out, especially like the underground stuff that's bubbling in Detroit, everything's about like being pitched up, and it checks out because it's part of the 20-year cycle. If you think about what was happening in 2001, 2002, chipmunk samples, everything was pitched up. It's the vibe, right? Same thing. So I'm looking at it like, okay, I could use this sample that's an F, but I'm gonna have to pitch it up a lot to get to a usable range for the 808. Like when you're using especially something like spins, like you want to be between like C minor and E minor. That's where that 808 is going to sound good. That's why so many trap songs are in those keys. It's because it's where that 808 hits the most. And especially if you're going to do something where the 808 isn't like super duper melodic, that's where you're going to want to be. So that's what drew my attention to this sample to begin with, and thank God it was awesome. So I don't have to think a lot. I don't have to do a lot of shit. FL Studio will forever run the trap game and the 808 slides. Yeah, yeah, it definitely will, because it appeals to beginners. You know what I mean? Like knowing what knowing what portamento is that doesn't appeal to beginners, but calling portamento slide, that if you're 15 years old and you don't know anything about music, you'll be you'll be in there. It won't be hard to figure out. All right, so we'll follow song tempo, and then we'll pitch this up. Let's see, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Let's go. Let's go at 5. Let's see. Okay, cool. So let's first of all let's make this not sound like doo doo. Let's get a little gain station on it. Am I still with the Mac Mini? No, I bought the Studio as soon as it came out. I got Mac Studio, bro. To be honest with you, I can't tell the difference between the Mac Studio and the Mac Mini. But like these new Macs, you can't frame them in any in any type of in any type of computer experience you've ever had before. Like, you know, like people get anxiety when they buy a computer, like, oh, what happens? I'm not gonna be able to run, you know, my plugins off it. Like, you don't you don't make you don't have a heavy enough session to kill that Mac Mini that I had, you know. Multimedia composers don't have a heavy enough session to kill it. Especially not if you have an Apollo. What the fuck am I doing? D16 decimort. That's what's up. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you, bro. God damn it. This shit's got such a horrible drag on it because of my routing. What time is it? Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. Yo, if you live in the South, Publix is having a fantastic sale on ribeye right now. I got two I got like two 16-ounce ribeyes. They were both $7 a piece. Shit made me so happy. Cause I don't know, like ever since Lorona, bro. Ever since Lorona, that shit's been crazy, bro. That shit's been crazy. I seen him. I looked at it. I was like, what? It's $7 a pound. That's not real. Yeah, bro. I got, bro. I came up. They got it like on the bone-in ribeye and the standing rib roast. I was like, damn, dog, fucking make a prime rib or some shit. Let's go. Bet. All right, let's see here. I got this on normal. Someone, let's see, bro was also asking me in the comments, he's like, how do I get the 808 to cut itself? And this is why, oh my God, this is why FL Studio handicaps people, because there's no such thing as cut itself in a sampler, but there is mono and poly. So you just hit mono right there. Who the fuck you are, but you gotta relax. Let's speed this up a little bit. All right, that's a good little basic. Let's get these drums going a little bit tougher. I want to keep that snare. Yoink. Hit this guy here. So like once you got this, like once you have this, like you should, once you're at this stage of the beat, you just gotta start thinking about your 808. Don't put like a bunch of shit, bro. The cheat code to getting your low end right, like every time, is to use the God particle. Don't worry so much about the limiter or this button, but if you have how do you get the 808 to sound so crisp? That's what we're talking about, Flats. So I'm not doing anything. Like I've got shit, and I've got a and I've got a bro, you know what's crazy? And I've got a high pass filter on it because it's going through my Fusion. Look. All right, so a couple things that I do to my 808. This plugin right here, the Pultec, super easy EQ to use. If you haven't, you're not gonna get this with like the Spins 808, but if you have an 808 that is, you know, you feel it where you don't have A lot of a lot of beef in the subs. Like if you over distort your 808, you just set this to 30 and boost it up. The second thing, right? So the first thing, getting the level right. Right. So that's it with that. Okay. Now, like when it comes to getting your correct level, like you can do all of this before you even get deep into making the beat, right? So reset this. Without even clipping this, I'm at 11 LUFs. So now I can go and put on standard clip. That's it. That's like anything else that you do after this is just standard clip is $25. It is like super affordable. But once you have your hi-hat, your sample, and your 808 where they need to be, like that's how much time you should spend like mixing a beat. That's how much time you should spend mixing a beat and messing with the 808. Like don't go and do, your whole arrangement and everything and have all the fun and then come back and be like, oh man, now I got to figure out how to mix this beat. Cause now I could go back and now I could be like, okay, I got this. Now I could pick my sounds, I want to use a clap here. So let's see. Let's go to drums. What do we got? Get us a clap. God, it's so loud. Dun. Where's this at? advice for mixing the 808 on the MPC. This is what you do. This is what you do. I'm gonna show you right now. All right, so you go here. You go to your browser. Go to www.cmpkits.com. Right. All right. You go here. You watch this video first. This is the first thing you do.
Oh, she a baddie, baddie, and she got a fatty, fatty, and she called me daddy. She don't even.
Hold up, yeah, let me check some. Please don't check for me until the check come.
Yeah.
I know what you did. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't sing no love song. Nah. Ain't never sing no love song. Nah. Yeah.
Right, because it's an amazing video. And then after you go to that video, you go to search, type in MPC mixing cheat sheet. Right? This mixing cheat sheet is a graphical representation. When you download it, you're gonna get this graphic. The CMP kit sticker is gonna be off. And if you set your levels up like this, and then you put the maximizer on it, like if you're because I did it as standalone, right? So if you put the maximizer on it, boom, you're gonna have dope 808s. The problem with, and it's not a problem, it's the way that the MPC gets the sound. But the reason why the MPC has such a great sound is the samples load so loud that they're automatically soft clipping. And for some reason, the MPC soft clips in a very like pleasing way, similar to how FL Studio does when you hit the boost knob. The last thing that'll help you out a lot with mixing your 808s, and it's something that you want to think about, is getting a subwoofer. Like, you don't need it, but it's a cheat code. It's a super cheat code. And the thing is, like, when I first got my sub, I tuned my sub where it was like, I tuned my sub to where it was like my old CRX. Like, it just was like it was crazy in here. Because that's how I was used to experiencing a sub, right? But once like once I chilled out and I made it so that the sub is just an extension of my monitors. It just makes it so that I could feel the bass, not so that it's the only thing that you hear in the room. Like working like that's fun, but you don't really want to do that, right? Once I did that, mixing bass was super easy. Like you could hear real quick like what kicks are working, and then you learn like, oh, this kick in this 808 isn't working because I need to tune this kick. And you'll start to because like it sounds so disgusting when you use a kick that's like in the wrong key, like when it's not tuned right with your 808. It'll, because you can feel it. It's not a sound. It's you go from bass, like when people say like, oh, I want the kick in to have a tight relationship. You can't hear the tight relationship. You can only feel it. You get a sub for like $150, and you get a really nice, you get a decent sub for $150, and it doesn't have to be a thing where you turn it on so loud that your neighbors are going to complain about you. Like you can pull it off. What is that? Wow. Wonder where that's coming from. Should have put a little plate. All right, how can we switch this? Let's see. We got this. Oh, I know what I need. I need a... I need a little open hat action. Give me some open hats. Open hats. You always do that. here. So we got all this, all of this. Hit the old intro. What should we do for the intro? I know what we do with the intro. What's up, BT? What are we doing for the intro? Oh, I know what we'll do for the intro. Intro rooms. See, we're in E minor. What's the fifth of E? The fifth of E is B. Oh shit. So we could do this. Oh. Okay. We could do this. Hold on. Oh boy. Oh boy. I found it. Do this right here. Take this. Let's do this right here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Man. Send this to out there. Bump, bump, bump. You're gonna need some of those. Oh, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why is that happening? There it is. We'll hit this. Hit it with the fork. Let's see if this is gonna work. I'm not sure about this. We're going pretty low for this 808. But we about to give it a shot. What are we doing? Play the fucking 808. What just happened? What just happened with my life? Yo, yo. Hold on. Why is this happening? I know what's happening. Aha, I knew it. I knew it. The ghost of automation passed. Let's go. Yeah, it's going. Yo, these I got a motif. I got a motif, right? Not like I got like the Destiny's Child motif. And bro, some of them sounds are still some of them sounds they just they work so good like in the context of a song. What am I doing here? Instruments. Like that's like it's not a crazy multi-sampled string library. But I mean it's the ether strings, bro. Like it's that thing. Like so many of the sounds are already associated with classic records from the 2000s that you're just like, yo. Like how like I have the ether strings now. I want to put the ether strings on everything. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out in the piano roll. All right, bet. So you got this guy here. Cue this guy here. I mean, how are you gonna have the ether strings and not use them? That's not the vibe. Hold on. That's 4. That's where that goes. Boom. We could bring this in here. Let's just bounce that real quick. $27.28, right? Yeah. Now we got that. Let's put the gain station on it. my favorite plugin. Let me see here. The old Q3. Sample dose. We'll get these guys breathing a little bit. Show you guys a little trick with the show you guys a little trick with the damn SSL channel, right? Let's go. Like if you got like a loop or something that's like kind of rolled off, and you got a song like this, you got a lot of high in there, and then this one you're trying to make it like a little smoother. Just make sure that your EQ is going into your compressor. Turn this into a bell, right? Grab this guy, go like 8K, and crank it. And compress the shit out of it. You're compressing this boost. Watch. See Yeah, now it doesn't sound like you're dropping in volume anymore because you have the highs are a little bit beefier, but it's not like super harsh or anything like that. And if it was, that's why you got this guy. You could just do a little roll off here. Yep. Bobby E, what sound exploiter? So, oh. Flats the Flounder, did you make that? Did you make that melody? And what VSTs did you use? No, I didn't make this melody. This was actually composed by TIC. TIC is in the chat. TIC is in the chat. This is his sample pack. This is Visions and Nightmares. If you go to CMP Kits, make sure you play this video if you go to CMP Kits. Also, guys, if you go anything that you buy at CMP Kits for the month of September, you get the Ari Lennox away message chords. But this is from TIC's pack, Visions and Nightmares. 10 samples. With 10 samples, you can hear them all here. You know. If you're a dick, you can rip them from SoundCloud, make a beat, and then if you like the way the beat sounds, then you can pay for the pack. It's always an option, you know, but only if you're a dick. You got the samples, and then you got the percussion pack. But yeah, so you know, just to kind of round it out, like getting the 808 to sound right in Studio One, and really it's getting the 808 to sound right in any DAW, whether it's FL Studio or any of these DAWs, right? In order to get it to hit, you're doing a few things. You're, you know, making sure you're making your beat from like C to A. You know what I mean? This particular 808, we had a section where it sounds good in B, but that's because we have this reference here. Like, you got to remember, when you make a song, you're pretty much like you're writing a program for someone's brain. You know what I mean? And the thing is, with everything when it comes to sound, you have to set the parameters for a person, right? So if you like how to make a mix wide, if you don't pan anything super far left and super far right, the person who's listening to it doesn't have the reference for what left and right is. So you could put a million stereo wideners on something, but if you don't have at least one thing panned all the way over here and all the way over here, your mix will never sound wide. It just won't. Because you have to give somebody's imagination, you know, you have to like paint the room for them, right? So like here, we're doing the same thing with our low end. We're playing it where it's like sounds, you know, really nice, big and bombastic. it's super pronounced, it's translating over small speakers, and then when you have that contrast, now your ear is able to pick it up in a lower register. You see what I'm saying? The next things you want to do is like when you're like you want to make sure that you got your 808 at the right level. For me, the easiest way to do that is with this plugin right here. Like you're gonna hit it every time. You just make sure that when you're playing your 808, it's in this green. If you're having trouble with low end, like sub energy coming out, you can adjust it with the 30 hertz on a Pultec EQ. And if you have UAD, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you have UAD, this on every single bass, guys, on every single bass, put this on. Even if you don't touch a knob, trust me, it's got some sauce. Everybody does it. But that's all. Mixing and mastering sounds is important. Yeah, mixing and mastering sounds are important, but it's also not so important that you need to do a lot, right? Like, yeah, mixing and mastering sounds are important, but it's also very easy. You know what I mean? If you have something like this, and you know that's where your 808 sits, then you just make sure that nothing's louder than your 808, and then also it's going to tell you where your mids need to be, right? So as long as you have this and you're mixing into it, all you got to do then to make your 808 pronounced is just clip it a little bit with standard clip, you know, and that's it. It's not. I don't even have a kick on this, so I didn't need to do no side chains. I didn't need to do nothing. It's just, the last thing about getting the 808 to hit properly is you just leave yourself room. Like, that's why I do my work in two parts. Like, I will make samples and I'll make beats with my samples, right? So when I'm making samples, that's when I can layer a bunch of stuff. Like, I'll show you guys a sample, like a sample that I'm working on. Hopefully this is a good example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, this will be a good example of it. So when I'm making when I'm making something when I'm making a sample, it'll be like this. So, because when I'm doing that, I know, like, I'm being creative. I'm putting all types of layers and textures, right? And I'm doing that. I'm doing that knowing that what I'm actually gonna do with this, right? What I'm actually gonna do with it is I'm gonna put it in a sampler. All that low end, I'm gonna roll that off. I'm gonna pitch it up. So yeah, so that's what's good about. I mean, that's what's good about how we do stuff modern anyway. I don't think that it's definitely not my preferred way to work anymore. Where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna make a beat, I'm gonna play the chords and put stuff overneath it, da 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 da, and then in the same session sit and try to do the drums. Like it's so much more fun to just make, because like you don't know what it's gonna sound when you pitch it up and chop it, but it's so much more fun to sit here, to me at least, to do this, and make this. So like when I'm doing that, like, you know what I mean, like, um CMP try both? No. No. No, I'm not trying both. I'm not trying both. I used to do both. Like what Big Scully is talking about. I used to do both, dude. Like I had a keyboard and an MPC and nothing else, and you I'm trained in that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna turn on my grill. Get some wine, smoke a cigar, because I gotta go fucking work tomorrow. I gotta go to work tomorrow, man. It sucks, dude. I gotta drive to Tampa for the last time, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Keep it simple, don't be basic.